everyone, what's up? It's Amber and
Kathy, Mom.
yay. We're here today because we are going to do another little craft with us, but this time it's kind of with the intention of the differences between two crafters, because I think we can both say that neither of us craft the same way.
Nobody crafts the same way.
No one crafts the same way, and we are definitely kind of polar opposites when it comes to our approach at the same exact thing. So that's what we're going to be doing today. We're both going to be crafting, drum roll, ta-da, one of my favorite things to make, this little church made out of vintage hymnals. And so we're going to be making a couple of these each, and you get to see how our approach is different, but we still come up with pretty much the same thing. All right, let's get started.
I brought my picture, so at least I'll know what to do.
Okay, she has a picture.
We use real barn wood. This is real barn wood, very, very old stuff. And when we did these, we already had this wonderful cracked old paint, that old pink that was so in fashion back in the 40s. And and it's already flaking and everything. It worked out beautifully, but we don't have that with this. This came from the barn and not on, so it doesn't have any paint on it. So what we've done here is the way you can kind of get a little bit of that look is actually take a chalk paint or acrylic. It doesn't really matter. But you just put that right on a piece of wood. This is just a leftover piece from something I was doing. I was cutting. And you put it on the wood to wood, and then you just run it over. So this one we did a little bit more, and this one a little less. So you can do whatever you want to do, but it kind of gives that look of having the cracked paint. So we like having that because that's the look we're going for.
That's what the people want.
Yes. So that's how we do it, and I just use, I like the chalk paint Waverly. Just get it at Walmart, mineral. That's what I use to get this look, and I've used this a lot, so I do like that. The other thing is, I mean, this was a huge board, it was a regular long board, and we just cut it to various lengths. So no two are ever going to be the same. We don't want any two to be the same. We want it all different, and which
just
is
like people.
Yeah, just like how we are when we craft. No matter how you approach it, as you see, I have all my measuring devices here, rulers galore. Amber has none. This is fine. She will get done much quicker than me because I'm looking for angles, and but they all turn out the same. So it's just it's how you're made. I'm more of a math person. She's more of a social person, or emotional. Yeah.
We just got these nice little hymnals. Which ones do you want?
I don't care.
Oh my gosh, she doesn't care. We just got these at the Goodwill, and I pull at random. I don't really
I do too. Well, this is a nice one. My faith looks up to thee. Okay.
All right, that sounds pretty good, especially here on this Easter Sunday. I'm just gonna go with.
Or open my eyes that I may see.
That's a good one.
That's a good one.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull out a couple of these.
Okay, a couple of these. Oh, that will not let me go.
That sounds good.
Okay.
All right, so we got the hymns that we're going to be using, and here we go. I'm just gonna start chopping.
Whereas I like to be a little bit more deliberate. I cut off my the white part of the hymn here, so that you get mostly all music, because that's really what you want. And then I use my handy dandy little and I cracked it. I'm so upset. I cracked my ruler. I can't believe that. I'm so bummed. I've had this for so long because I'm a quilter too, and I've used it, and It's just so sad. But that's okay. It means it's well used, well loved. So, and I'm always looking at the existing because I'm one, and look it, she's boom, done. Rocking and rolling, not me. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I'm trying to figure out how much I want to make my bottom building, my main sanctuary building.
And I'm getting a little frisky with it, and I'm gonna do the second tier sideways.
And I had a pencil here somewhere, and my pencil is gone. Oh no.
Do you need me to get you a
I
pencil?
need a pencil. What happened to my pencil?
Let me go get you a pencil.
So you line that baby up, you get yourself a straight line, and you cut. So I made my main sanctuary building 4.5 inches wide, so I have plenty of room here to do my foliage on the sides. Now I'm going to take a midpoint, so I know exactly where my, all right, so 4.5 inches wide, so you take that midpoint, so your midpoint's going to be 2 1/4.
I don't know what a midpoint is.
So then, yeah, you do. So then you figure out there, okay, and then you take this handy dandy ruler that you can get your 45s on. So you line that up and boom. And so I want a nice 45-degree roof. And then you cut. I mean, it's obviously not going to be exact because you're using humanness to use scissors, but
Mine's exact.
and
Because I'm using my emotions to guide me.
there's my main sanctuary building. And then we have to go to the next tier, and
Not open yet.
and she's already ready to rock and roll on the Mod Podge, and I'm still working on my angles.
Angles. Who needs angles?
So we cut the white off, and then we figure out where we want our, so it's about right there. Okay, so let's say about 3/4 of the way down the roof is where you want that to be. And then of course you're going to have to do your 45-degree angle so that everything is
Oh,
the
yeah.
same.
I made sure I got my 45-degree angle.
So I'm putting this up there, and actually you can almost, if you really, you can look at your stand of your music, and you can really kind of just get it even with that. Nope, that's not quite even. Oopsie. Oh,
Oopsie.
okay.
Oopsie.
Let's see. We got, so this one is about 1/2 of an inch, and this one is about 1/2 inch. Okay.
Ooh, darn.
So,
Messed it up, y'all.
see. And I'm over here. Shoot. Turn that wind. We're outside because it's beautiful out. And I gotta find my 1/2 inch again.
Same.
Okay, so we're about there, we're about there. Okay, line that up. And come down and to our second tier. Here and here, and line that baby up. Okay, and now let's figure out where we want our midpoint. That's gonna be, that's 3.5. Okay. 3.5. So we're talking 1 3/4 as our midpoint. And I'm gonna make it up here. 60. So we want to make sure we get our 45s, not our 60.
Yeah, we don't need a 60.
Excuse me, my ruler is.
Your ruler is infiltrating my area.
Okay, let me come down here because then I can get it all at one time. Boom, boom, boom. Oh,
But so now I'm just gonna sit here and make funny faces until this one decides that she's ready to be finished.
wait, I gotta get my steeple done.
Steeple. I'm gonna pick off all the Mod Podge from
So I'm just gonna use this.
my fingers.
This hopefully this is gonna be big enough. Can I need another piece.
You do you, girl.
Yep, I need another piece, and it is, oh, God, our Father, we adore thee.
Love that one.
One thing you will not hear us doing is singing.
I sing way too much for someone who is an atrocious singer.
We do not sing. We are not singing folk.
We sing, but we shouldn't.
Only in church.
And it annoys everyone
And
around
even
us.
then, people are very...
I think most people are very startled when I start to sing because I've gotten people who, like, when we sing the opening song, they'll kind of like turn around a little bit when I start singing.
and
Yes, I know. It's beautiful. I know. I'm aware.
We may
Thank you.
live in Nashville, but we have nothing to do with the music business. So you can be assured of that.
Yes. Yeah. Everybody plays, everybody sings.
I
Except
mean-
us.
I do. You know, we both play the flute. Amber played the flute, my flute, but I was not a good flautist.
I am teaching myself to play the violin.
I was
Slow
not
going.
good. I was not good even when I was in high school. Well, I've played since I was in 4th grade. So that just tells you how bad I am. Alright, so it took me all those years and I still can't sing or play.
Better than me.
Yeah, well, I did play longer than you did.
I was an athlete.
And I had a fabulous band director.
I didn't. So much shade to my band directors. That's an interesting looking steeple.
Yeah, well, I'm bringing it down. Don't worry.
Well, it's not pointy.
I am going to point. We have to find the midpoint, don't we? So it's let's call it 1.5, and let's put that right in. 5. Okie dokie.
I'm just really good at finding the midpoint.
See, I don't like to take things to chance. I like to, so then what I do, because it's a steeple, is I'm going to take the angle all the way down to the corners. Yes?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, so I've got my 3rd steeple here. All right, so we're ready to Mod Podge.
I think I'm ready to paint.
Oh, shut up. Okay,
I
so
will
see,
not.
there it is, beautiful. Give me your brush that you use Muddy on. Steeple is crooked.
What?
Do not want a crooked steeple.
You know what they say about a crooked steeple?
No, what?
The people will let you know. So now I'm going to outline.
Well, mine is not ready for outlining because I'm still Mod Podging the outside. You want to make sure that your paper, whatever you're securing to the board, is completely secured. So, Mod Podging over everything. You may get a few air pockets, that's fine. It enhances never think air pockets is a flaw. It just simply enhances the beauty.
Nice.
So,
You know, we're two different people when she, like, you know, puts lids back on things. Ooh. Ooh. Ooh.
yeah,
Ooh.
nice.
Thank you.
Okay. So, I have a little pocket there still. Look at that.
Oh, look at that.
I'm going to make sure that is secured down.
I'm not. I gotta glue all over my fingers, and I'll love it.
grab a smaller brush. That's dry.
I think you took the brush that I was gonna grab.
Oh, sorry.
Can't you read my mind? Oh, don't worry, I found another one.
There we go. Okay, I got that. Okay.
So now I'm gonna do the stained glass.
Now, we happened upon this
Oh yeah.
by accident.
Yeah.
Completely by accident. We didn't realize how brilliant we were by accident.
Actually, it was all you.
It was. I don't know.
Yeah, we found out that the metallic paints
And certain other acrylics.
They will bubble up with the heat gun. So we'll show you. So we use metallics and everything for the stained glass, which I'm gonna slap some on right now.
Now, you may think, oh, I can't believe she's just drawing without using the... my Mod Podge is still a little wet, but so it's not coming on really good, but... and not using a ruler here, but that's okay.
Now it's okay. But only in this step.
Only in this step.
I have
Yeah.
some other markers if you need.
Yeah, I was going to say, because this one is not...
Well, it's probably also because your Mod Podge is a little wet
It's
still.
a little wet. But I also don't want my black lines to be super obvious. Sometimes I can get a little gangbusters.
Don't want any gangbusters.
Well, the nice thing also is something called
Sandy.
sandpaper.
Love sand.
Fabulous. Dang it, my stuff is just not dry, and I'm trying to keep up with her.
I'm sorry, did you want me to slow down? Don't cheat off me.
I'm gonna do a different door than you. So this is where you can just do as you will. Now, my doors, it's gonna take a little bit for my black to show up, but and then I'm gonna do a window here, and I'm gonna do a window here, and then of course we're gonna have the cross up here.
And if someone asks, why do you guys do churches and not like mosques or temples or something like that? It's just because around here, being in the Bible Belt, people want churches and Christian hymnals and things like that, as opposed to another denomination or another
But
religion.
we certainly
But
are not excluding. We only include it. We would certainly do something
oh yeah,
if we needed it.
absolutely. It's just we don't have a lot of demand for a synagogue or a temple. Or
And
a
I
mosque.
mean, and we're Christian, so we just, that's what we know, and
Yeah.
we don't want to do anything that could possibly be,
we don't want to offend.
because
So.
we don't know.
Right.
And sometimes, you don't know. That's not a good enough. Ignorance is not always.
It's not always an excuse.
So I do a lot of dot painting, so I'm not going to do dot painting, but it's kind of like a dot painting kind of thing that you do.
kind of look.
And I will be doing a dot painting tutorial, because that has become my go-to method of crafting, since mosaics are so time-consuming, which is what I typically do, but they're time-consuming and therefore very expensive for people to buy.
And you know what? People at the flea market are not looking for expensive things.
They don't
as
want to
we've
spend
learned.
$1,000 on a piece of artwork.
No,
so.
they are there for their expired toothpaste and their nearly expired Advil.
And we will do a video on the flea market too.
Yes,
It's
flea
a-
market this coming weekend. So we're gonna be doing some shots, some
Hey,
tips and
and
tricks for the Nashville flea market.
Nashville Flea Market is the place to be.
Yes, and this weekend's gonna be nuts.
Yes, because we have the NFL draft.
I don't know if you guys have heard of the NFL, but it's like kind of a big deal. So the NFL draft, we have the Rock and Roll Marathon and Half Marathon, and it's flea market weekend. So if you guys are in Nashville, like, come on by. We're gonna be
Come on
having a
by.
good time.
We're in Vaughn Building, number 87, booth 87. Come on by, Cedar Row.
Yep, we're very exciting. Sometimes we dance a little bit. Sometimes you might just see us standing there stepping in place because you gotta get your steps in.
We both are. very
Or you
much.
might see us having an existential crisis. Oh wait, that's just me.
No, I believe I did the last time I was there.
Oh, yes. Yes, she
Oops.
did.
Oops. You know, you got to be careful with these metallics.
Did you mess up?
No, because you know what? It's no problem. Look at this. This is only going to age it more. So, you know what? It's all right. This works out. But I'm just saying with metallics, you got to be careful because they tend to not be as crisp as acrylics. They are much more gooey. And so when I took that cap off, it just, because there was, you know, we tend to use from the cap, and when there's paint in the cap, it'll just goo all over.
Gotta watch out for going all over. Alright, now I'm gonna add some foliage.
As a matter of fact, I do like using this pretty rose gold. on
No,
my
rose
door,
gold's the
too.
rose gold is the color of apparently this millennium. Ooh, that is some liquidy green.
Yeah, you know, the cheaper acrylics, but this one is the folk art, I believe. Yeah, and I'm surprised that's so liquidy. You know, you're talking your apple barrels. Those tend to be a little, you know, because they're cheaper. They're a little more liquid. I think this one's this is an apple barrel, and it's
We're not here to be fancy.
it's a little bit more liquidy.
So that is my first layer of green. I'm gonna go in and add some highlight. That's not bad. You gotta make sure that your paint is still wet, and I waited a little too long.
Oh yeah, nice. See, it's crackling even.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so
She'll show you how to do it right.
So this is the effect that you're going to get. It kind of crackles. The pink was a little bit dry, but the blue was not, and purple, and so those nice bubbled up, and it just gives it that look of stained glass. So you always do like a dark, and of course, you know, and then the lighter color on top, for when you paint, and we're not like super duper painters.
Rude.
But we get the job done. And I splattered a little green, but that's okay because, man, I did a lot of splattering today, didn't I?
You made
So I'm finishing up sanding. That's the final step in our
Yep.
mixed media vintage churches, hymnal churches.
I already sanded mine while the camera was dead. See? You know, two different people with two different approaches and methods making the same thing, and I think they both turned
Pretty
out
much
great.
very similar.
And they're going to be sold for the same price at the flea market. RV, any thoughts? Say hello to the people.
This is our prodigy.
Well, thank you guys so much for watching. Let us know what you think of this video. Follow us over on Instagram. I'll link it down in the description. And we'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!